Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 4, and today we're going to be talking about my prediction as to who will die this season. So the winner for the superhero DVD giveaway is Jamie Fletcher, and I replied to your comment, and if you've got Twitter or Instagram or email, that would be the best way to actually contact me and I can send your prize your way. But again, I've said this in my last few videos, I'm using my new microphone which is absolutely awesome, but I'm still messing around with the settings, so you might hear some changes in audio over the next week or so as I try and figure out the settings that will be best for the audio in these videos, because I want to make them as good as I can. So who will die in The Flash Season 4? Well, with this season hitting the reboot button pretty damn hard, it seems like from the outside that no one will be dying this season, considering the very light and comedic atmosphere that they've changed to during the season from the more dark Season 3 and the darker past seasons. But this is a superhero show after all, and the stakes must be high in order for these storylines to actually progress, and our heroes do need the stakes in order to be heroes, because the heroes always have to suffer at some point. So I've picked my best candidate as to who I think will most likely die in Season 4 of The Flash, and that is actually Cecile. So now Cecile has been actually on the show since Season 1, although you might have not remembered her and you might have thought she was a new character in Season 3, as she was only properly brought into the show as a recurring character during Season 3 and now Season 4. So the reasons why I actually believe she is the highest candidate in my opinion is in episode 10, it's going to be the trial of the Flash, and Cecile Horton in the comics is a defense attorney for the Flash during his trial of the murder of Professor Zoom. So they're doing a twist on that with her being the defense attorney for Barry against DeVoe instead of Professor Zoom. So I feel like the only reason why she's actually on the show right now is to actually fulfill her role that she's going to be playing, that she did play in the comics in episode 10, being Barry's defense attorney, and also for her baby with Joe, as she's actually due to have that baby sometime at the end of the season if they're going to actually progress that. But obviously it could happen off screen, but we're going to guess it's going to be happening by the end of the season. So I feel like after episode 10 her character is very killable due to her fulfilling basically everything that she's done in the comics. But then an argument against that would be Joe's character, who is not in the comics. They have written tons of stuff to do with him on this show and he's got a lot to do, and they could do the same thing for Cecile, but you know, that's something that goes against my theory. But another reason for my choice to be Cecile being the one actually dying is due to her having the baby. And in the comics there is a character called Daniel West. Although Cecile in the comics is not the mother of Daniel West, we're putting a twist on this, and this is a very common theory that many people have theorized, that Cecile and Joe's offspring, who's going to be coming out at the end of the season, will actually be that character who becomes another speedster villain in the comics, and he's practically like the new Reverse Flash at that time. And at his birth his mother actually dies. So if the theory is true that many people have been theorizing about, which I'm not saying is nowhere near 100%, I think it's not very likely, but it still makes a lot of sense that that would be Cecile to be dying this season if Daniel West was actually to be born and that theory was actually true. But those are my main reasons for thinking that Cecile might die in Season 4. So do you guys agree with my assessment that it seems likely that Cecile is the most likely person to die in Season 4, or do you think any other person's more likely to die, or do you think no one's gonna die due to the comedic light tone of the season? And also, last question I want to ask you, do you guys prefer the more darker seasons? Do you prefer the medium seasons with a bit of the comedy and a bit of the darkness? Or do you prefer the more comedic light tone that we've been getting this season? I really like the darker stuff. I think the mix is great, so that's Season 1, that's my favourite season, but I do like the dark stuff, so I do want more of that in the back half. But I want to ask you guys, because I've been doing some polls on Twitter seeing your guys' opinions, and you know, I would like to know that. So please be sure to follow me on Twitter if you want to participate in things like that, because it's really fun to see everyone's opinions. But anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
It doesn't make us strong, it doesn't make us weak. Tongue tied to service like shut